If I have to hear Toya and fucking Eugene talk about their lack of fucking and all of this shit, I'm gonna scream. Is that what their storyline gonna be about all damn season? Is about them not fucking enough, about him jacking off his dick every once in a while? Like, I'm getting so tired of it already. But they basically go out to the park and they discuss their lack of intimacy. And it's kind of like, my thing of it is, I do get it at the same time. Like, if you're in a relationship, not even just a relationship, you're in a marriage. And from what people because when I hear people talk, when people have conversations about marriage and relationships, people think that married people always have sex. They got they have sex all the time. But I do understand if you're used to a certain routine, as far as sexual goes, then you're spoiled. In a way, you're spoiled. You want sex when you want it. Especially if you got a high sex drive, you're going to want it whenever you want it. And Toya wants it whenever she wants it. But because of the fact that they have all these bills going on and Eugene trying to work hard for the fucking paper, he ain't got time to have sex with you. And when he get home, he fucking tired. So that's just what it is. So I do get it. You know what I'm saying? When you're in a relationship with somebody and you're attracted to that person, you're going to want all the intimacy that you can possibly get from that person. So I do understand. But Toya also got to get why things are the way they are. Bitch, you ain't working. The only check you even earning is from this fucking show. And I don't know how much they get paid to be on Married to Medicine. I don't know if they checks is the same as the Housewives checks or not. But at the end of the day, you know what it is, bitch. You already know what the business is and why he doing what he doing. You know that already. So let's not front, hun. Let's not. But then they start talking about her conversation with her dad that we did not see, this part that we didn't see. And she was talking about how he had when she was growing up, she seen him with a whole lot of women, and that's why she thinks the way that she does. And Eugene said, well, when he was growing up, his parents never sat down and had conversations, so he feel like him and Toya have those conversations that his parents didn't fucking have. So you know what I'm saying? He feel like he breaking some sort of cycle by doing it, which is true. I think that Toya and Eugene would make it. This is one minor problem, is the lack of intimacy. I can understand if it was much more going on than just them not having sex. At one point, it was a financial thing. And finances can be a big thing on a relationship and a marriage. I've seen it with my own two eyes. Not that it's ever happened to me, because my relationships ain't never lasted long enough to have them type of problems. But financial things can put a huge strain on a relationship. So Quad and Dr. G, Quad feels some type of way about the comments that Dr. G made the other day when they was all rallying around Jackie. And Dr. G basically was more sympathetic to Curtis more so than he was sympathetic to Jackie. And I 100% agree with Quad. You know what I'm saying? I do understand what she's saying. I just never believed in the situation to where you're not happy in a marriage or you're not happy in a relationship. So that means you have a hall pass to go out and cheat on somebody. I don't agree with that. I just simply don't agree with that. I don't agree with, okay, I'm not getting this at home, so let me go out in the street and get it from somebody else and come my ass back home. Obviously, I'm happy enough to stay my ass at home. Because if I just feel like if a motherfucker ain't happy, they need to just get the fuck up and leave. Either you gonna fix it or you leave. Going out and getting it from someone else does not help the situation. It only hurts it even more, if you really understand what the fuck I'm saying. You in a relationship with somebody that ain't making you happy. So you go out and you get sex or you get attention from somebody else that's willing to give it to you outside of your relationship, which is only gonna bring more drama to you. You think you're more happier outside of your relationship, but you're really not, because you got to deal with the stress of keeping it to yourself. You got to deal with the stress of this bitch keeping it to herself. You got to deal with not getting caught. You gonna stress out over all of that stuff. So you're really not happy either way you go. No, you're not happy about what the fuck going on in your relationship, because that's the main reason why you stepped out in the first place. But I just don't agree with the whole, if a woman not doing what she's supposed to do, then that it's understandable for a man to go out and get it somewhere else. If you got to go out and get it somewhere else, then you need to leave me. I ain't no point in you being in a relationship with me if you feel like you got to get it from somewhere else. That's why you need to have communication in a relationship. That's why relationships, are about communication. You need to communicate with whomever the fuck you dealing with. Because I've always said, and even right now, I am freshly, newly in a relationship. And one thing that I said to the person that I'm dating now, I've always wanted communication. If I'm not happy with a certain aspect of my relationship, I will always speak on that. Ain't no way I'm gonna go out looking for it in somebody else. Cause if I love you, I want to fix it. Why do I need to hold this stuff in and harbor it and then go out to the next motherfucker to give me what I'm looking for out of my partner, when I can just talk to my partner and tell them what I want and we can work on it? Case closed. Like, I understand where the fuck Quad was coming from. And then when he came out the gate throwing up what he has done for her and how he's taken care of her ever since he met her. You did that because you're her husband. You did that because you wanted to. She even brought up the fact that she wrote him a check to cover the mortgage for a whole year, and he didn't even want to take it. Meaning, you talk about how you paying all the bills, but it's pretty clear that she even offered to help you with the bills, and you did not want that. You wanted to continue to be over her. You wanted to continue to constantly pay them bills, to hold it over her head so you can have her in her place. Like she said, I agree with that. You can't throw up, I'm paying all the bills, when a motherfucker tried to help you pay him and you ain't want to take it. That's just what it is. I couldn't get with Dr. G on that. Like, this whole aspect of him, and you married and you talking like that. I don't like that. Bottom line, I understood. I was team quad all the way with that. But I believe he really mad because she won't give him no baby. That's really what it come down to. So, Simone and Cecil, they argue about their issues. And to me, I feel like this. They're arguing with each other about one person doing the other thing, when both of them doing the same shit, and neither one of them are taking responsibility for their actions. Simone want to point out the fingers at Cecil about what the fuck he doing or how the fuck he getting on her nerves, and Cecil want to point the finger at Simone about how she getting on his nerves and how it's all her fault, when it's both of their faults. Collectively, it's both of their faults, because they don't know how to sit down and have a conversation. When they sit down and have a conversation about what one person doing and what the other person doing, it only becomes a blame game. Well, I'm gonna blame you for this. No, I'm gonna blame you for this. No, it's your fault. No, it's your fault, when it's both of y'all fault, because y'all doing the same shit to each other that y'all don't like to be done to y'all. And I'm not even involved in y'all marriage, and I can see that from a mile away. Y'all don't like the shit that's being done to y'all, but y'all doing it to each other, but y'all don't even have the mindset to sit down and have a conversation and really take full responsibility as a unit for y'all issues. That's why y'all having the problems that y'all fucking having. It's plain and fucking simple. I don't see how you don't see that. It's plain and goddamn simple why y'all having the problems that you're having. Plain and simple. Plain and fucking simple. So, Simone and Jackie talk about their issues with their husbands, and Simone say, you know what, let's just have a trip with all the girls in New Orleans. And Jackie was like, who is everybody? In my opinion, I believe she's talking about Mariah. Is Mariah coming? Is Mariah coming? Because to be quite honest, I don't want that bitch to come either. Y'all, I can't stand Mariah. And honestly, if y'all a fan of Mariah, y'all might as well click the fuck off my video, because I don't like that bitch. Fuck Mariah. I can't do her. As usual, heavily turns to young ass Allura for fucking advice about how she need to handle her friendship with Toya. And it's mighty funny that Allura has way more sense than her college educated mother. I'm starting to believe that Heavenly didn't have no hand in raising her, because that girl don't act nothing like her. She grown as fuck. I will say that. She is grown as a motherfucker. But she's smart. Way more sense to her rabbit ass mammy. Way more sense. Way more sense. And gave her some straight up advice. That's all I can say. So, after Allura gives Heavenly advice, Cecil finds out about Simone's trip, and Simone didn't tell him that she was going to New Orleans. And she throws up in his face that that's how she finds out about his golf trip. She got to find out things in the streets about where he going and who he going with. You just had a conversation with this man about what the fuck y'all doing is fucking up y'all marriage, and you continue to do the same petty ass shit that's fucking up your marriage. Don't you think that if you really want your marriage to work, the first step would be correcting the shit that y'all do? You not telling this man that you're going to New Orleans don't make shit no better. This should be the first step of you telling him where you going, who you going with, why you going, just so he can know what the fuck he needs to do the next time he take a golfing trip without telling you. But see, y'all are so set in y'all fucking ways that y'all don't even understand how fucked up y'all both making this marriage. Y'all don't even see that. It's crazy to me. So they get to New Orleans and they all sit down and have a drink. And first they pull straws for a room. Jackie, Quad, I think Jackie. Was it Jackie? Jackie, Simone, and I think Quad got a room. Toya, Contessa, and Heavenly got a room together. I want to say those are the ones with the same room. So now they're having drinks and shit, and Toya talk about her lack of intimacy in her marriage. And they're talking about when was the last time one another had sex, and they're all discussing it. And so when she get to Quiet, she asks Quiet, when was the last time you had sex? She said, I don't want to divulge that with you. So Toya gets mad because she feel like, well, I'm divulging all my motherfucking personal business, so why the fuck you can't tell yours? Toya, you can't be mad because you the one who decides to be an open book. Not everybody is an open book, bitch. Because the reason why everybody ain't no open book is y'all hoes use it against each other. Look at Lisa Nicole. God rest her soul. But look at Lisa Nicole. As soon as she talked to her husband cheating on her, that was the first thing y'all used to pounce on her ass, including myself, because I don't like the bitch. So y'all gonna use that to y'all advantage against the bitch. So that's why Toya don't want, that's why Quad don't want to tell you her fucking business about what's going on in her damn marriage, Toya. It's not your business. If you want to talk about your business, that's fine. She ain't got to talk about it. And that brings me to Contessa when she was saying she can engage with people, she's nice to people, she can do this, she can do that. And that's when it all came down to Toya and Heavily duking it out about the situation that happened at the thing with Contessa and how she blamed Toya for being messy. And Toya was feeling some type of way because Heavenly said she was messy, and Heavenly said, well, you are messy. Heavenly, you're messy too, bitch. And you say a lot, and you not only are you messy, you're crude, you're rude, you're loud, you're disrespectful, you're judgmental, bitch. There's a lot of shit a person can describe you as, you piglet looking bitch, but you want to sit up here and act like you ain't got nothing to do with it. You're very unlikable. I don't see how anybody likes you. You're unlikable as fuck. Ain't nothing likable about you. You've always irked my nerves, and you're stupid. You're stupid. Bottom motherfucking line. I just can't deal with Heavily. But she did apologize to Toya, and Toya did accept it, so I can say that. But next week, the queen of fucked up edges, Mariah Hook, returns. So not looking forward to that bitch coming back. I can't stand her. With that being said, you guys, this is my review on Married to Medicine. I will talk to you guys later. Holla!